people are. Literally everything is something about Nazi Germany. Out of the road, you're gonna get run over.
Hey, ho, ho, you gotta stay off the road. Hey, ho, ho, you got to stay off the road.
Yes, I'm staying off the road. We actually agree on that one.
Oh, Jesus. God, isn't it crazy that these people, they just run around and they just cause problems just everywhere?
Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz. The entrance here is a 30-foot tall wall. None of this was here 5 days ago.
You could get over that real easy.
Top, just unbelievably
To be fair, you could get over that.
What the state of Florida has done here. Over my shoulder is the actual facility. As you can see, we'll be entering soon.
Pop it? No, it's super easy. I've done that one time.
Gate for Alligator Alcatraz. Got mosquitoes everywhere. Like playing. There you go. Look at that. Not a fun place.
Easy bit carpet.
To be put in prison. You do not want to go here. Obviously, this is going to be a 5,000 bed federal facility. President Trump will be here soon. I'm getting swarmed by mosquitoes right now, and we saw at least 30 alligators on our way in driving. It is in the middle of truly nowhere. It took us an hour, 4-hour drive to get here today. It's crazy. Look at that. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the eye can see, you go in, you don't come out. If you do, the alligators get you. And mosquitoes. Jeez. All right. Okay,
Bro.
we'll show you inside. Follow along.
Oh, God. Catch me outside. 5-day conspiracy. Yeah, there it is, man. It's so fucking funny, man.
Pick your hero.
30 swamp
Or
puppies,
villain.
not a fun
I'm not
time.
judging.
Yeah, come outside, bro. Like, yeah, see what happens. And it's on the maps and everything. Oh.
Might as well be me.
This is so stupid.
Yo, VIP.
Oh my fucking God. And where is this coming from, bro? Like, oh man.
And right here on this location, we'll have about 3,000 beds. Location will have another 2,000 beds that will allow us to bring individuals across the country that we are bringing in and incarcerating for violating our laws, and immediately get them out of the country as soon as we possibly can. It's exactly what we need to be perpetuating in other states. And what I would say is, I want all of you to notice these flyers that we've got. Is that everybody who sees these flyers, or anybody who sees these news clips, should know you can still go home on your own.
Yep.
You can self-deport. If you go on the CBP Home app and go home now, you will get the chance to come back to the United States legally. You will get the chance to come back and do it the right way.
Roach out.
If you don't, you may end up here. And you may end up here and being processed, deported out of this country, and never get the chance to come back. That is the consequences of breaking the law in the United States of America. Listen, our job is to uphold the law. This is a country of laws. We have a border now, and because we have a president that cares and
You still
recognizes
get
that we need
$1,000? Yeah, we're just gonna pay him $1,000 to get the fuck out of here. There's been a lot of inflation since then, so it's more now.
to be a nation of borders and a nation that upholds the law.
Yeah.
If you break the law, there's consequences. We will deport you, and you will never get to be a United States citizen. You'll never even get to come back here and work and to pursue the American dream. But if you decide you want to go home now, go home, and we'll help facilitate it. We'll buy your plane ticket. We'll get you there. In fact, I just got back from Panama, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras. Those countries are excited to get their citizens home.
No, they're not. No, they're fucking not. They're probably no way. Oh, let's see here. What is this? I already saw that one. If there's any more of these, okay. Liberal has it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we'll watch this one.
Calling it Alligator Alcatraz. Are you fucking kidding? If you missed it, Trump is headed to a low-cost state in the Florida Everglades.
Let me just turn back.
Calling it alligator
turn.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
If you missed it, Trump is headed to a low-cost detention camp built by Ron Safe in the floor.
I love how everybody makes fun of how childish Trump's names are, but now all of the leftists and people that are against him are using all of the names. If you hated this so bad, and he's such a bad dude for it, then why are they all
with the amazing Spider-Man!
Florida Everglades. According to Triple K Airlines, quote, the only way out is via a one-way flight, and it's surrounded by dangerous wildlife. Fucking serious. Listen, I know most maggots are 10 watt bulbs and 200-watt sockets, but let me see if I can make this crystal fucking clear to you. A large concentration of folks deemed undesirable by the government put in a camp with no due process. If
Sounds good. Okay, got it.
This time I need healing.
All right, I was already sold. Now it's getting even better. Okay.
only there were some historical similarities there. Oh wait, they might as well fucking write hard work will set you free above the entrance. And oh yeah, as for the whole low cost and efficiency thing, the expected spending on this is $450 million to intern 1,000 people. Not a great look for the party of fiscal responsibility.
Well, it's 1,000 people at one period of time. You're going to be cycling through them at a regular basis. So it's a high fixed cost, but like there's a variable cost that gets lower over time.
So when I tell you, soulless, loathsome, maggot pieces of shit to get fucked, this is why. This is the side of history that you're supporting.
It's always, bro. It's always about being on the side of history. What I think, whenever I see the idea of like being on a certain side of history, I think this is prime like 100% narcissism. Because these people think that they're going to be involved in history to begin with. You think there's going to be like photographs of you with like your, your Ukraine shirt with your Palestine flag, with your anti-ICE sign out there, and it says under the caption, brave fighter resists against tyranny. Like this is, you really think this is what's gonna happen? No, it's so delusional, self-centered, and narcissistic. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's sad to see. The right side of history is the leftist version of only God can judge me. Yes. I hate this fucking airplane shit. Let's see if I can find it.
Mr. President, Mr. Governor, what's your message to Governor Gavin Newsom inside of this facility?
Well, the first thing you should do is come here and learn something. Because they don't do this. They wouldn't know where to begin, and if they did, it would cost them 100 times more. So I would say he should call the governor and Christie, and I'm sure you'll give him because his state is a disaster, and he doesn't do this.
Yeah, like he's just sitting around saying whatever the fuck. And so anyway, there it is. So we got a bunch of these, and these are other detainment camps as well. So they're letting them sleep under fucking that's sick. And what is this here?
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Control C's!
This is a environmentally destructive and spiritually poisonous
Oh god, yeah, for sure, bro. I guarantee you, this guy probably doesn't believe in God. He's just using this as a
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Yeah. Sacred. Oh god. Oh god. Mental protesters being debaters. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's an illegal. They won't need to do that. And okay. Oh god. Oh bro. Crash out Karen at it again.
I had to forget about him, but Ron DeSantis is still governor of Florida. He took the comfy couch hosts on a tour of the concentration camp that he's building in Florida.
Y'all really they love, bro. I wonder what it would be like to be like a Holocaust survivor or like a person who had to live through like Nazi oppression. And you have these people that are comparing like your family being systematically exterminated along with the entire ethnic area of that place to people being deported for being in a country illegally. Like, I wonder, like, I mean, that must be offensive to them, right? I feel like that's really kind of, yeah, you're kind of downplaying it a little bit, huh?
Florida, in order to round up people, brown people, and throw them in a camp because he doesn't want them in Florida. Surprise, surprise.
We're not gonna, no. What did she say again?
The moon!
Oh, brown. I thought she said round. I was gonna say that the fat camps, they need to do those to dance on those, yeah.
Because
they're only putting brown, they're rounding up and putting all the brown people in concentration camps.
Doesn't want them in Florida. Surprise, surprise, the economy of Florida is going to be severely harmed by rounding up brown people who, by the way, all over this country, Latinos are afraid to go to work. Anybody who's
why would a Latino be afraid to go to work? It doesn't even make sense. Why do they keep acting like this is law-abiding citizens? Yeah, like, I have plenty of friends that are non-white, and they go to work every day. What is this?
Or looks Latino, is afraid to go to work.
Oh, they look Latino. Oh, right, of course. Yeah, the fat camps will come in another year. It's the RFK DLC. Yeah, I mean, I think what they should do with the fat camps, too, by the way, like, I really like, you know, the spectacle of certain things. And I think that for each of the fatties, like, we should start with the ones that are over 500 pounds, right? I think that they should have one of these. Now, obviously, they would need a more, they would need a heavy-duty crane. I don't think this would be enough for some of these people, but you would have to.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Can we please, bro?
Someone's
please
put
them in with the crane.
Might as well be me.
Please put them in with the fucking crane. Can you imagine that? Yeah, lift them over the wall.
No, I don't think he knows that.
Carry the payload? Yeah. They have a dump truck to transport them? Yeah. To catapult them over? Well, no, then they get hurt. They mess up their legs and they can't go on a treadmill. That'd cause a bunch of problems. Then they'd just be fat over there even longer. We don't want them to be fat. Like, yeah, you got to get rid of it. Where's this here? And I'll see if there's any more of these to look at it. But yeah, this is, I think, one of the last ones.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
The surface world back home, are you, dude?
Assets that they want to fly these people back to their own country. This is doing one-stop shop.
Wow.
You got it all. You got the detention facility, you got the airport, and the federal government make good use of it.
We sure can. Talk about efficiency right then and there. But also I want to talk about the funding for this. Some of it will be paid by the state of Florida, but a lot of it will be paid by the federal government. We're looking at FEMA to fund this through the Shelter and Services Program, which we saw in the Biden administration. That funding was bastardized to use for places like the Roosevelt Hotel, which is the place that housed Trenday Arado, is really the base of operations.
So what we're saying is that basically the funding is still for an illegal alien hotel. It's just that now it's an Alligator Alcatraz instead of the Hilton. Well, I feel like that might be a little bit more efficient.
There as well as Lake Riley's company.
Yeah.
So we're going to take that funding
It's a Marriott hotel.
Before we get them out the door and out of our country.
We've got a massive runway right now. I guess this is him explaining it.
And it's a great honor to be deep in Florida, the Florida Everglades, to open America's newest migrant detention center. It's incredibly built, and you're seeing it yourself. That's why I said let the press join us on our walk so we can see what's happening. It's known as Alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate because I looked outside and it's not a place I want to go anytime soon.
Yeah.
But very soon this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of swampland, and the only way out is really deportation. And a lot of these people are self-deported back to their country where they came from. quite a few were amazed at
I
actually
would be
the number.
fucking, bro. I'd be fucking leaving.
We took the FEMA money that Joe Biden allocated to pay for
So
the
Joe Biden basically did this.
free luxury hotel rooms where he's paying
Thank you,
hundreds
Biden.
of millions of dollars in New York City. And we used it to build this project, and Your Honor, it was just a little fraction of that money. The money they spent on that.
Man, and so there it is, guys. So many people are going to die here in their bodies. We will never know about it because they were lying. This is not the way. Hashtag alligator Auschwitz should not exist. Hashtag American concentration camps should not exist. What a surprise. A lightly colored Karen with like that hair. What a big surprise, that's it. What is this?
I will be in this if I see somebody wearing an alligator Alcatraz shirt or any type of merch.
What are you gonna do?
Focus on the battle. And using that language matters. It is the concentration camp, and
I don't think that these people realize. I don't think anybody gives a fuck about any of this language and like this World War II possible bullshit. Like, literally just think it's funny that they're even trying to use this as an example. Like, oh wow, I'm gonna use this as it's a concentration camp. For sure. Definitely, 100%. It's hilarious. Well, okay. So if she's unhappy and she says that it should be an amusement park, I think I have the solution. Whenever one of them escapes, we need to have 24/7 drone coverage on the individual aliens that are getting out of the different facilities, and then people can bet on them live on Polymarket to see who's going to get away and for how long will they survive. And if they end up making it to a city, they get American citizenship. You want an amusement park? I'd say that's fucking amusement. I don't see the problem there at all. There you go. We'll go through, actually, you know what? We already went through a lot of these. Oh my. I require some aid. Yeah, can I have my body back? That's a whole ass lot. Please. God damn, that's a lot of them.
Only 60 seconds
Well,
left.
they're going to be having a good time over there, huh? Is that it? Yeah, the problem is they think they're smart and all I see is golden juice. No, the reason why they say this shit and they get into it is that, you described the Hunger Games? Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course they're hungry. They don't have it, like, probably not a lot of people escape, so, like, yeah, that'd be it. The concentration camp? I don't even give a shit. Like, call it whatever you want. I agree with whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, somebody wants to go and it's like World War II. Okay, whatever. Gives a shit. And so, same people will get mad over the whole concentration camps are the ones shouting death to Jews and Fatata. And Fatata, yeah, exactly right, of course. Gators don't die of old age. They keep getting bigger and die of starvation. So you can have, like, boss gators. Well, that'd be a good idea. 8 asthma? No. Listen, we're not feeding them to the gators. They're just near the gators and the gators eat them. Yeah, that's all. I gotta end a bit earlier. I've got to take my dad up to a doctor's appointment today. So I gotta leave in about 5 minutes. I can hang out for about 5 more minutes, but I've got to go up there and do that for him. And so that's the plan. Have a little bit of a shorter day today. Hopefully soon we can get back to normalcy. But right now we just have to keep dealing with this stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I want to make sure I got on at least for a little bit and hung out with you guys and did that. I try to be live every single day, and you know, we do our best. Although sometimes real life gets in the way, and I have to go up and down. Did you comment on Trump saying Elon Musk is in South Africa? No, I'll give you my brief opinion on that. I think it's stupid and I think it's destructive. Elon and Trump should be working together. They agree on 9 out of 10 things, and the arguments and fighting between them only serves to weaken both of their parties and both of their positions. It's a bad idea. Look at the White House official page. Okay. Pass the one big beautiful bill. Wait. Branding is immaculate. Unless they're going to rig the next election, all the American data that Elon's installed pipelined is training into super AI. I think that right now, the chances of a Democrat winning the next election are pretty much zero. I'll be real. I think it's pretty much zero. Like, why would anybody vote for, like, all of their, like, everything that they do and, like, all of their positions are just retard positions that I don't think that normal people agree with. Like, you know, like, sex changes for, kids, fucking illegal aliens and giving them aid. Just bullshit. Yeah, and like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's no way that they're gonna be able to win.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes.
I am beyond my ego.
Charles dreamed of a safe haven for all mutants.
I can.
At last.
If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
Approach this site.
I'm shaking.
I'm not really sure if that's a good argument, that if you don't give us what we want, we're going to incite terrorism.
I've never been one
I feel like that's a really bad argument, and I don't think that a lot of people support that. And whenever I say a lot of people, I feel like anybody who thinks like that,
5, 4, 3,
can we have like an equivalent exchange? Like, let's take an illegal alien that's lived here for 15 years, and he gets your citizenship, and you have to leave.
To lead you to victory.
Like, if that's the way that you think, yeah, bro, we can keep him. He's fine. You're getting kicked out.
Right now, I don't want to be here.
I feel like I don't want to be here. Jury! Executioner!
You remember how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I think the world of the B and the T, the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum.
Mission area is yours.
And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide for 9 months. Then I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want little spider creatures.
How cute. They are coming from behind.
Here they are now.
What? What is this? What game is this? It's Concord.
To be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your GMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour so that you will hear and see me.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Got one in my sights.
Man.
I am at your service. Piece of cake.
That's me? Yeah. I think that's a lot of people.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
You've got a lot of snowflakes melting. It's pretty. Like, I don't see how anybody can listen to these people talk and not come to the conclusion that mental illness and there's something seriously wrong with them. Just like the way they talk, the way they act, their body language, everything about it, it's just completely fucking unhinged.
By the eye of
I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences.
They did do that.
Another epic victory.
Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans.
It's a bit of a miss. Like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German. And it was like a retaking of Germany for Germans. That was like the uprising of the Nazis. So it was like, yeah, they were. I think it probably might be both in some circumstances, but like it was categorical for it not being written in German. They also burned porn.
Pick
Yeah,
your hero.
they burned a lot of
Or
stuff.
Villain. I'm not judging.
It was both, yeah. And no, a lot, and I wish people like this. It's disappointing that you can't have genuine conversations because people try to just like kind of, you know, like handpick facts and like not talk about things in an honest way. But it's like part of that's true, but it's like not completely true.
LGBT people and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please,
look at me!
Okay, we're all done here.
Well done.
Fucking pathetic!
30 seconds before you attack.
Of course, we need to.
Guys, these are the people that are on social media who are telling you how to act.
How much you want for it?
No, Rocket. You know Spider isn't for sale.
How
Yep.
about just one on?
There are NPCs in Oblivion that are like hostile bandits that are less hostile than that.
The battle starts in 5.
Even them,
4,
you can open up
3,
dialogue options.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Yeah. No,
Got
that's
it?
a good point. I wonder which Reddit sub wasn't being moderated for the hour that this was going on for.
Continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you
Great.
come. And when you come, know that there are strong, queer, and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
Collect you with the quickness? What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? They speak in tongues? No, because if they were, it would have made no sense.
My name in drag is Dee Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Latino.
Lady LaRouche, eBay, in drag, District 3. My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Ruby Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered by all time. People refer to me as sir, and I refer to a person as man. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone...
This is what I was saying before. It's that being afraid to use public toilets, like this, I feel like you're talking about if you're talking about it in like the context of being trans, but I think that with a lot of these people, this is something that you really like about Facebook is that in Facebook you could actually look at a person's life and you could 9 times out of 10 figure out exactly why they're saying what they're saying.
Who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
We are undefeatable!
What do you do with people like this? I think that the best thing for you to do is to... So, I think in a lot of cases, compliance isn't compassion. And sometimes you have to hold people accountable to a higher standard of behavior and, like, kind of decorum. And I think that when you do that and you create a culture that expects people to adhere to a higher degree of behavior, what you do is you create an expectation that is pervasive, and a lot of people that are like this stop acting like this because it's not socially acceptable. And I think that what happens with people like this is that people have enabled it for a long time, and some of these people are not really that bad, right? Like, this woman doesn't seem like she's that bad. But some of the other people, like especially the one screaming, like, oh my god, right? And so the problem is that when you allow these people to do what they want to do, oftentimes they end up making their own lives worse. And whenever you just agree with them and tell them that everything that they believe is true, because you just don't want to deal with it, what you end up doing is you end up enabling a degree of mental illness that's self-destructive. And I think that's what happens with a lot of these people, is that people give them what they consider to be compassion, but their idea of compassion is just simply what makes them feel good to do. So telling somebody you're right about everything that you think about yourself, that might feel very good to do because you're validating this person, but it might not always be the right thing to do for somebody in the long run. And so because we have a culture that's built so much off of optics, appearances, and virtue signaling,
by the eye of Agamotto,
get radicalized by people's by their misguided belief that people are compassionate for them, and they're not compassionate for them. All they're doing is they're telling this person the thing that makes them feel good. And I think that another great example of this happening, another firepower, is with people that are overweight. And it's toxic empathy. It is. This is what I was one day people will realize that I was right. Is that whenever I look at this, I don't... Like, yeah, it's funny these people are acting ridiculous for sure. But underneath that, these are deeply troubled people that need help in a lot of cases. And I think that instead of trying to help them improve their lives, people enable them to further destroy their lives.
I'll turn them into splinters.
And at a certain point, you're so far gone that you now can no longer reintegrate into society, and you've effectively destroyed your life.
Returns.
This time I need healing.
So that's really the way to do it.
The cosmos heals.
Will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Hey, Dee! Covering the charge, fire!
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community. How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Now is the time to say that federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you get more of that.
I'm glad that this person probably lives in an upper middle class household and has never really had to worry about any sort of existential money problem in their life. I'm very glad that he's here to tell the government that other people that have the same viewpoint that he does don't want.
I am ready to put on a
Thank
show.
God that he's able to do that.
So that easy funding trans lives, and don't mind Nazis for whatever reason. But
let me go back.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding trans lives, and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason.
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely...
Enemy in our sights.
Healing out.
The legend will live on, Quill.
Can you imagine, like, this is like your job? You have to just, like, listen to these people? Because in Austin,
Jury! Execution!
This is real firepower!
And it's like 5 crackheads, a crazy mom, a Karen, some racist guy, another crackhead, and then somebody that has, like, you know, that's dressed up like a Christmas tree that wants every day to be Christmas. And then that's the end of it. Okay, see you guys next Tuesday. That's it. No, really. Like, if you guys ever watched one of, like, your local news station, the city hearings.
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
The emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as someone as part of the trans and gender diversity.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B. Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Some people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right.
Cosmos heroes here.
I think it's like you're really gonna bring the kid in, and then like the parents like having the kid read this stuff. I mean, like you're really in, like, that's child abuse. It's like, it's one thing, like I know obviously like families are gonna have ideologies that they teach their kids, but it's like one thing to have your kid learn about this ideology, and it's another thing to like use them as your bullhorn, so you can have like some sort of like, I guess you could say like emotional upper hand, right? It's so weird. As your mouthpiece. Yeah, exactly. It's a prop.
Western sanctuary city for trans people. Everybody deserves to